I guess maybe I spend maybe a month, 6 weeks overall in London every year. That's about it at the moment. Yeah, it's when I get back, I realise how much I've missed it. But when I'm away, I've been moving around so long now. You know, since the early. I mean, I haven't lived in England officially, you know, in any way since '71. Right. So it's, to me, I've sort of got used to, and I don't really think about it until I get back, and then I go, Jesus Christ, I've missed this joint. And it's hard to get away again. You know?
Yeah. I've been over here about a year and a half now, and I love being here, but whenever I get back, you know, so I only go back for a couple of weeks at a time, and it runs out so quickly.
It's a weird thing, you know. It's because in a way, like when I go back now, it's like London's the only town in the world where I go back and I feel like a tourist. You know, it's like weird, you know, because I know this place like the back of my hand, but it changes all the time, and it's never the same as you remember it. It's funny, you know. It's like, and you kind of makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable for like a tourist in your own hometown, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. That's true. So you had this place for a long time?
Yeah. Well, we've been here about 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
The dog's falling asleep. You want me to join in this?
Yeah. What do you?
I don't know, we've got
yeah, I was supposed to have gone today to join the rest of the boys, but as usual, a day late. Creole. Come on, get your ugly mug in here.
I remember I was interviewing the Replacements the other week, and they showed me their video, and they said they had to change it for Britain. They had to take the cigarette out.
Yeah, that's right. They don't allow cigarette smoking.
We won't die if we don't smoke for a minute.
We used to not have a problem with it, because the show used to just go out in France.
Oh, fads and trends, you know. Next, you won't be able to show eggs and bacon on TV, you know. High cholesterol, you know. It'll be like really no-no for a bit, you know.
They had. Have you seen these Levi's 501 ads? They've got these like famous authors and people.
Yeah.
And these little quotes from them. They had one from, I think it was Hunter Thompson, and they airbrushed out him smoking a cigarette.
You airbrush a guy smoking.
They airbrushed it out. It was like the cigarette came over the back of his shirt, and they mentioned the airbrush it out.
Amazing. I don't know. It's almost Victorian. This thing's getting. I saw an ad today for some sneakers. It was like, basically the theme was like for athletes only. If you smoke, you know, we don't want you to buy our shoes. You know, it's like strictly for leaping around in. You know, and it's like, oh, that's a new twist, you know.
Well, they have shoes for everything now, don't they?
This apple juice is great, though.
The smells don't come over to me.
The dog doesn't drink or smoke.
Can we get a shot of you coming up the stairs now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, you ready? I'll go all the way down.
This is fine.
That's fine. Oh dear, what a laugh. Yeah, I mean, some of the guys in the wineries, you know, let's drill a hole through there, share and share alike.
All right. Why don't you just start this? We're just going to talk about the Neville brothers here. Why don't you just start off by just taking over and telling me your own involvement with them, what you think of them, how you feel.
The Neville brothers, those darn Nevilles. Yeah, they should be a TV series for a start. The stories about them are endless. But I guess my involvement came through working with the Meters, another New Orleans band that are closely lined up with the Nevilles, and I mean, if I go back to the beginning, I got to go back to like 1962 or 3, I think, when I first heard one of Aaron Neville's first records, which was, in his voice just amazed me. And then in the mid-70s, we started working a lot with the Meters. They used to open up for us on shows and stuff. And when we played New Orleans, then I got to meet Aaron and Art Neville and Cyril, and then Ivan, who ended up working with me in the Winos, you know, and also played bass on a couple of Stones tracks on Dirty Work and stuff. And it was kind of like a long sort of osmosis, really, process of it. We kept sort of bumping into each other. And see, New Orleans is probably the most unique town, city in America. It's totally different to any other city in America. It's got a lot of Caribbean influence and a lot of French and Spanish. It's got a totally different, for one reason or another, probably due to its location, but there's no other town like it in the rest of the country, and it's almost like a little country on its own, and they almost have their own language. And so I got involved. Also, they're very Fats Domino, you know. I mean, we don't talk about New Orleans, Fats Domino, Frogman Henry, and Ernie K. Doe, Irma Thomas, who, you know, Time Is On My Side came from her. You know, hers was the original version. She's from New Orleans. It's an incredible music town. You know, half of the band from Little Richard's original band, they were New Orleans guys. Earl Palmer, the drummer, Plaz Johnson, sax. It's an incredible. It has an incredible musical history, New Orleans, because all of these different cultures met there, I guess. And so finally, via the Meters and those guys, I got to meet Aaron and Ivan. They say now Ivan's already got his own record out, which is doing very well. It's more a tribe than a family. I mean, the Neville brothers, you know, they're only the tip of the iceberg. You know, there's other kids coming up. I mean, Ivan's younger brothers, I think it's Jason. He's got an amazing voice. They all. I mean, it's not like another family where he's like one or two turn out to be musically inclined. They're all born that way for some reason. It's amazing. They have all this tradition behind them, but also they are bringing their own generation stuff to it, you know, and it is a lovely flow to it. You know, it has some sense to it. There's no breaks in the tradition. They all pass it on to each other, and they're all capable of adding to it.
Did you try and sign them to Rolling Stone Records at some point?
There was a point where I was interested in doing that. I mean, 90% of the ideas you have about them, that would be a great idea to do, end up coming to nothing, mainly because somebody else has